No matter how high-tech, highfalutin, lazy, or foo-foo America gets, we will never stop hunting and fishing. This is the Hunting Quest. We take 1 hour of every week and talk about our favorite things in the world, hunting and fishing. You'll get tips and help on the fishing environment locally in the DMV area. Plus, we're going to have fun along the way. This is the Hunting Quest. And now your host, Mike Tippin.
All right.
And not Bennett.
I had to try to be sneaky and go grab a beer while that was playing, and I was not quite fast enough.
Ah, that was quick.
I just ripped my head cord cable under the desk, and...
That's all right.
Yeah, we're good. All right.
Be able to write it off.
Well, happy Friday.
Happy Friday. How are you, my friend?
I'm tired.
Me too.
I'm exhausted.
Yeah.
Sweaty and sore, and we moved a lot of stuff today. We got a lot more done than I thought we were going to get, which is good. So we got all the dressers, so we don't have to move those tomorrow. So tomorrow,
I told you.
I know you're just moving pillows. That's all right. I got other
just
people
moved
coming.
pillows. That's it.
Yeah, we got the bed frame, and the couches. That's it.
Well,
the couch. There's one couch. I got all my podcast stuff over here. We're live from the new apartment, so
it's cool.
That's cool. That was fun.
I like the flooring.
Yeah, so do I.
That's cool.
The one we originally looked at was carpeted all through the living room area. But this one's on the first floor, so it's all hardwood throughout, and then the bedroom's carpet. But
that's cool.
Tile kitchen and everything, so that's really nice.
What do the dogs think?
We've only had Merlin over here so far. I brought him over last night while we were messing around, getting the keys and looking at the place and stuff. But he was super excited. He was just running around, jumping all over the place.
That's cool.
A little jumping bean.
Yeah. So I'll tell you. So we were trying to. You and I were talking, and you said something about, hey, we need to. I don't know. I was running errands. Is what I told you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I couldn't find the key to my trailer pin
Jesus.
On the coupler hitch. So I had to go cut it off. And so I had to go get a new one. And so I'm like, I got to go run some errands. So that's what I was doing, because I got to come help you move tomorrow, and that sucks.
Yeah, we were trying to get one more load in tonight, and I was like, hey, are we still doing the podcast at 7? You're like, yeah, I'm out running some errands, but I should be back by then. Okay. I had no idea what that meant.
Wait. You mean to tell me that you could have gotten more done and not done this podcast?
No, we made one final trip and brought the rest of the stuff out of the closet. What else did we get over here today? We got our closet completely emptied out, the bathroom completely emptied out, both dressers, all my podcast stuff, all the TVs, the PlayStation, all the electronic stuff, because it was supposed to rain all day today. So we were trying to get that done first thing this morning. That's what we brought over, because we were like, man, I don't want to be carrying my computer or TVs or anything like that in the rain. Or thunderstorms that were supposed to be happening today that never did.
Yeah, we didn't get anything. We got some rain, but that's it.
Yeah, it's here. It sprinkled for like maybe 15 minutes, 20 minutes.
We could use some rain.
Oh, God, yeah. It is so dry over here.
Yeah.
Our the neighborhood we just moved from has a company that comes and cuts all the grass, so you don't have to cut your front yard or anything like that at the townhouse. And they came through a couple weeks ago. It was like 95, sunny, hadn't rained in like 3 weeks. And, man, they cut the grass to maybe an inch, and it is so dead and crunchy. You can hear the dogs when they're walking through it. It's just crunching under their feet. It's like, oh, that grass is destroyed.
Yeah. It was like that out in Kansas this year when I went out for deer season. And you could literally walk across the grass and you'd hear it crunch. Yeah. I was on the phone and I was talking to my wife, and I'm walking from my truck to the house. She goes, "Is it snowing there?" I'm like, no, why? She goes, I can hear it crunch like snow. It's like, no, that's just the grass.
No, the grass is just super dead.
Yeah, it was bad. It was really bad.
God, yeah, that's
So,
horrible.
I don't know, but weekend's here, so I'll take that.
Hell yeah! I say we got
Yeah.
a long weekend, or I do.
Oh, you got
anyway.
Juneteenth.
Yeah, the federal holiday. So we got a family day today, through our service branches, and then we're all off on Monday. So I'll take a 96 every chance I get. I ain't gonna complain.
Dude, y'all don't get those too often.
Hell no, we don't. Usually, and they're all like this time of year too.
Yeah,
Because we get like Memorial Day, and then Juneteenth, and then 4th of July, and then we have nothing until Labor Day, and then Thanksgiving and Christmas. But
yeah.
Other
You know,
than
the
that-
thing that kind of sucks is like, if you go through and you look like, I remember when I was in, I was watch stander or whatever, and we had we worked 248, 272.
Mhm.
So you work 2 days and you're off 48 hours. And you work 2 mids, and you're off for 72 hours. And that was like the second schedule I ever worked. My first one was what was called a 222 and 80. They're not allowed to do that anymore. So it's 2 days, 2 eves, 2 mids, and then you're off for 80 hours.
Oh, that's brutal.
Yeah.
That's a brutal one.
The ongoing, I don't know, joke or whatever, but they said that, that working that schedule would shorten your life expectancy by like 10 years or something.
God, it had to.
It was horrible.
That's a rough one. The worst one we did, my last watch floor, we did 5 twos, and we rotated between days, swings, and mids. Every 4 weeks we rotated, and that rotation was rough.
Yeah.
And you don't get, most of the other, like Panamas or something like that, you get a 3-day break or 4-day break, whatever, however the math works out to where you switch.
Yeah.
Because they usually do 12, so you just have days and nights. So you get 4 days to transition. We got 2.
I would kill.
You just got to get off work and just stay up as long as you can, and then sleep all day the next day, and then hope by God you're good enough to go into work the next night.
Yeah, that's a brutal schedule, man. I mean, that's not even fun at all.
But dude, the night shift though.
Yeah.
Oh. Night
Don't see anybody.
Night shift's the best.
Yeah.
You don't have to deal with anybody. Nothing's going on in the world. Everything's quiet. If anything is broken, it's just there's nobody anywhere to fix it. So we'll write that down and send out an email in the morning. Like there's nothing to do. You just sit there and, man, we had Nerf guns and playing cards or board games. I mean, it was so relaxing.
Yeah, we did. This was in Maine, and we were ops floor, so we had legitimate, full-time work. But we do stupid stuff like that. We'd play cards. I learned how to play hearts and spades and all that on the ops floor. But we decided one night we were going to put together a miniature putt golf course through the whole building. That was fun. It was a lot of fun.
One of my buddies worked. He used to work Panamas and over in the main building. And one night, everyone from his shift decided they were going to go out and get on the. They have mobility scooters in all the stairwells.
Oh, God.
So they went out, and there was like 4 or 5 of them. They all got a little electric scooter, and they raced each other through the hallways on them.
Oh, God.
It was like 2 a.m. They're racing each other down the hall on these little mobility scooters. I was like,
that's funny.
How did you guys not get in trouble for that?
Right?
He's like, dude, it's 2 a.m. There's no one here. There's no one there to yell at you.
Yeah.
The people
occasionally
that are
there's
there,
a CO who shows up who's like a hard charger or something,
right.
And then everybody gets written up, and then he realizes, that this is morale and whatever.
Nah, morale? No, we don't do that. No, we don't.
I had some good folks.
Oh yeah.
I remember we were off the mid one night, and we decided it was a good idea to go to New Brunswick from Maine. Yeah, it was not a smart move. but it is what it is.
I say we used to always on our last night shift of the rotation. My crew, we would always go out and find some diner or something somewhere, and we'd all go out and drink after our night shift. You know, we've been up at work all night, but you roll into a diner at 6:30 in the morning and you start pounding down mimosas and whatever else we're drinking. They're looking at you like, what the hell is wrong with you guys? Why did you just drink 15 mimosas by 7 a.m.? Like, are you guys all alcoholics? We're like, no.
Our DAPA officer doesn't need to know the answer to that.
No, it's fine. We've been up all night. It's completely different. This is like getting off work and going to have a drink. So, same difference.
This is the after hours party. Oh, Lord.
Oh.
So, I will tell you, we had Jared, who was my cousin's son, come up, and my cousin Nikki. They both came up, and I'd mentioned it on the previous podcast, but it's why we didn't do a podcast last week. So he was up for his senior trip, and that kid, I'm telling you, I'm so impressed with him. Well, you got to meet him, obviously.
Yeah, awesome kid.
Yeah, I cannot speak highly enough about that kid. And if there's ever one of those times where you look at, the younger generation and you're worried about our future, he will restore the faith in humanity. The kid's got his head screwed on straight. So it's pretty good. I was super happy with him. So, but we got to go bow fishing, and
so we did all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, we smoked some. It was 5 gar.
Yeah, I think
4
we
gar.
got 4. I think it was 4.
All right, I got the picture.
4 or 5 gar, a couple catfish.
3 catfish.
Nikki shot a massive goldfish.
Massive freaking goldfish.
Yeah, that
dude.
was awesome.
That was sick.
Yeah, by like halfway through the night, I had already shot my gar, and I think I had shot a catfish by that point too. And every fish I saw, I was like, Nikki, shoot it, shoot it, shoot it, shoot it.
Yep.
And finally, the one, I was like, shoot it, shoot it, shoot it. And she draws back, and I'm like, oh, it's way too late. She's not going to hit it. Like, she's missed her window. And let go of that arrow, and I just see the knock start dancing. I was like, oh, let's go.
Yep.
And it was a stud goldfish, too.
Yeah.
That was fun.
And that was, I don't know, that was kind of like, I was hitting a lot of them, but they were just coming out.
Yeah, you and I both, that was happening.
Yeah.
And then we had that one gar.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Mike and I had this gar at like 6 feet off the edge of the boat. I mean, sitting at the surface of the water.
Yep.
There is no aim below him, nothing. Put the arrow on it and drive it into him.
Yep.
And we both drew back, counted down, because I was like, Mikey, wait. We both draw back. We're like, all right, you ready? Yeah, all right, I'm ready. 3, 2, 1, boom. And I shot high and Mikey shot low.
Shot low.
Split the fish and it just turned and swam off. And we're like, how did
he was
that
a monster.
Happen? How did we do that?
I don't know. But in the same instance, Allie and I smoked a catfish.
Oh yeah, you guys both stuck it. Yeah, that was cool.
I was like, all right, that was pretty fun. That was pretty fun.
That was that was a fun mess for Benny to clean up.
Oh God.
Thanks a lot, guys. Thanks, Allie. Really appreciate that. Yeah, no, that was sick.
Yeah, she offered to come help tomorrow, but I'm sure after she hears this, she's not going to come. Nah, she was stoked though. It was a good time.
Yeah, it was a really fun trip. Everyone shot fish.
Yeah.
Everyone was having fun.
Yeah.
That water cleared up right at the end.
Yeah.
And we got back into them again.
Yeah.
Which I hate those nights where you like hit them hard and then that water changes and it's just, it's over.
It's a part of the deal, though.
And then, but every once in a while, you get that night where it clears up again, and oh God, it makes it so much more fun. Yeah, it's a blast when you get on them.
We got into those rocks on the other side of the jetties.
Yeah,
that was crystal.
They were everywhere. The fish were everywhere. The water was, it was what, like 2-3 foot deep, maybe, and just crystal clear water.
Yep.
It was beautiful. Even up in
that
the
was
creek,
cool.
Even up in the creek back, we could see pretty good.
Yeah, for sure.
I've seen that creek a little bit clearer than that, but it was easily
Well, it was
shootable.
clear until that dude with the mud mutter came up through there.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
That,
so
that
on our
didn't
way
help
back out, I was thinking, we're pretty much done for the night.
Yeah,
And
then we
then
turned that corner and it was clear,
it was
and there
like,
were catfish
clear.
taking off everywhere. And I was like, oh shit, here we go.
Yeah. And what was funny is I was talking to Jared about that. You know, Travis was like motoring, right?
Mm-hmm.
Jared's like, he goes, yeah. He goes, Travis told me, he goes, if I see something, just shoot. Don't try to aim. He's like, and that's what I did. He says, it was like, snap bow fishing. Just,
Dude, his fingers had to have been blistered.
I don't know. I didn't even ask him.
He was shooting.
He shot a lot.
Oh my God. He shot twice as much as I did.
Oh, hell yeah.
And my fingers, the next day, my fingers were fucked up.
Oh, yeah.
Like my middle fingers, it's still all like cracked up and jacked up from getting wet and smacking that bowstring against it all night.
Yeah, he swapped out and went to my bow, shot the last half of my bow with it. So
yeah.
He liked it. He had a good time though. And then, obviously we fished my super secret special pond.
Yep.
And
we all caught fish that day.
Yep. And we were gonna go back out to the Shenandoah, but we realized he had a choice of either hunting with Travis, bow fishing again with Travis, or going to Shenandoah. He's like, I'm going bow fishing.
Hell yeah.
And to be fair, the Shenandoah's water is really, really low.
Oh yeah.
So
that'd have been kind of.
We'd be dragging a lot of kayaks along.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that would have ruined some of the fun there.
Yeah. So and unfortunately Travis had a little bit of a malfunction with the spark plugs and coil packs. So it is what it is.
That's part of it.
Oh yeah.
That's what boat stands for, right? And break out another 1,000.
Absolutely.
Always something wrong with them.
Yeah, hole in the water. You throw water in. You throw money into.
That's what I was talking to my dad a couple years ago about wanting to buy a boat, and he goes, "You know what? I think you'd be better off just go to the ATM every week, pull out $100, and light it on fire in your driveway, and stand around and look at it."
Your dad's a smart man.
He is a smart guy that asked me when we were up in Harrisburg if I'd go look at a Garmin or something and try to find him a live scope.
Ooh.
I'm like, why are you putting a live scope on that boat? You don't even use it. He's like, well, I'd like to. If it had a live scope on it, I'd use it.
There you go.
Bullshit. But, I mean, I'm an instigator. I'll support that decision.
Yep. So one of the things that I promised Jared though was that we'd get him on the podcast. So
hell yeah.
We got to get that taken care of. I think next week, or we got to get it recorded and get it posted.
Yep.
And then next week, Wyatt Probst, he was supposed to be on 2 weekends ago, but we had a little bit of a malfunction. But so we got kind of a good lineup there.
Yeah.
So that'll be cool.
Hell yeah.
And y'all can I forgot we got to make some fishing lures.
Yeah.
Of which
that was sick.
Caught fish.
Hell yeah.
First
fun.
cast.
That was cool.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that's gonna be a really fun thing to get into, I think.
I think so.
Yeah.
Especially if we can figure out how to do the hot plate thing.
Yeah.
I think that'd be cool.
Yeah, I think that's a key to it there. That's a secret sauce there.
Yeah, for sure.
Which I don't think it'd be too hard to figure that out.
I don't know. I doubt it.
Got a hot plate, throw a pot on it, and keep your plastics at the correct temperature so you're not reheating them a bunch of times and
and getting them to where they can get the right colors and do the laminates and all that stuff. So but I will tell you, so I sent him.
I'm gonna cut you off.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm pulling a power move here, Mikey.
Go ahead.
You don't know about this. My name's not even in the intro, and I'm taking a power move here.
That's all good.
Anybody watching, if you have ideas for colors you want to see, bait styles you want to see, anything, shoot us an email at info@thehuntingquest, DM me on Instagram, any of that kind of stuff you want to see, let us know so we can get it in the works.
Yeah.
We have to get some colors ordered, and I think, what do we have now? Some browns, like a watermelon.
Browns, greens.
We got
metallic.
We got what? Gunmetal, red, gold, and
silver
flake.
Yeah.
else we? That was about it.
Yeah.
Mikey ordered a bunch of brown colors for some reason. We have like 4 different colors of brown.
We got green.
Sorry,
We got pumpkin.
One green. But to the colorblind kid, we have 4 of the exact same color and then 4 different kinds of flake to put in it. So if anybody listening wants to see anything specific, let us know.
Yeah. Well, we can do clear.
Yeah, we can do clear, and the clear is sick.
That clear is pretty freaking sick.
That was a good idea from somebody over here.
Yeah. Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot.
Yeah.
So,
but yeah, we'll get.
I think it worked out pretty cool.
Oh yeah, it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. We were worried about lighting a microwave on fire, or burning your house down, or
I didn't do either one of those two.
And so far, it went surprisingly well.
We bought a $65 used microwave from the Restore.
Which, by the way, I think is way too nice of a microwave to use for that, but I'm here for it.
It's like $65. We're good.
Super nice stainless steel microwave, but, whatever.
Yeah. But at least it's, what's funny is it's the exact same microwave we have.
That's what you said. Yeah, it's the same one you have in your house. So
I'm like,
it works.
Well, if one of these die, I got parts.
The nice thing, too, is that it's surprisingly, at least for my end, it's a lot easier to clean up afterwards than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, for sure.
It doesn't stain, or we figured out just spraying it out onto the top of the microwave, actually, just onto the metal sheet and letting it cool. Yep. You just peel it right off. It doesn't run or do anything stupid. It kind of just sits there in a glob and cools down. You throw it back in and mix it up.
Yeah, it's cool. And, the guys over at Do It Molding, they're super awesome.
Oh yeah,
I got to talk to them.
Awesome.
So more to come on that for sure. They were cool, but one of the things that Jared got was I sent him home with all the soft plastics.
Nice.
And I kind of felt bad because he had some. We went over to Cabela's and I told him to kind of pick out some lures that he wanted, and that dang torpedo that he was killing fish on.
Yeah.
He bought like 3 of them. But he couldn't take them on the plane. So they're back here. So I gave him all the soft plastics and he
you can't take those on a plane?
No, he had carry-on.
Oh,
have hooks on them. I bet you he could have gotten away with it, but I would rather not give it to TSA. Mm-hmm. So that's my thought on it. And I don't know. We'll see.
I had TSA try to take a challenge coin from me one time.
Yep. Really?
Yep.
How'd that go?
So the squadron I was in our mascot was the Sharks. And so our challenge coin was a big shark tooth.
Good Lord.
Big metal shark tooth.
Yeah.
And they basically said, hey, this is a sharp metal object. You can't fly with this. And I was like, no, this is a challenge coin.
Right.
I'm active duty military. This is a challenge coin. You are not taking that away from me.
Right.
And he's like, well, I'm sorry, I can't let you fly with that. I'm like, you're going to call a supervisor over here.
Right.
You are not taking that from me. Like, I will fight you right now. You are not taking that away from me.
Yeah.
And his supervisor came over and was like, dude, it's a military challenge coin. He can have that. It's fine. The guy got all mad, stormed off. I was like, fuck you, dude.
Yeah, they got some egos, that's for sure.
Listen here, mall cop.
Right? We're going to act like we're reaching in, but we're
have you seen
impression.
all the reports that, like, they haven't done anything? Like, TSA does nothing.
Yeah.
Like, they don't stop anything. They don't catch anybody.
Right.
I saw this report, like, I forget who it was. They basically did a study to, like, test the TSA. So they had people, like, hired government officials try to, like, smuggle guns through or knives or, whatever kind of contraband it was to test these different airports' TSA. And they got through with the shit, like, 9 out of 10 times.
I could believe it.
Like,
I could believe it.
Really? And you're going to try to take a challenge coin away? Fuck off.
Right. Or a lighter.
Right, or a lighter. Or, it's like, dude.
Well, here's my biggest, I guess, gripe about the whole thing, right? I'm sitting there, and I'm dealing with this TSA. I go through 3 different TSAs, and I was diving at Pompano Beach, Florida. So we flew out of Fort Lauderdale, coming back here.
Right.
3 different TSA agents at Fort Lauderdale. I have a 1/4-inch snap-on wrench. Box in snap-on wrench. 3 different ones looked at it and said, "No, you're fine." They put a 4th one at the gate and they measured it, and it was a 1/4 of an inch too long. Now,
For what? To be a wrench?
great question. That's what I asked. It was awful.
Oh my God.
So I dealt my wife, my wife was already on the plane. I'm like, all right, fine, whatever, take the wrench, I'm going. Right. I put up a fight, and then I'm like, all right, screw it.
Yeah.
They didn't want to give me names, they didn't want to give me anything,
Of course.
all right, fine. And then I found out there's no way to actually complain about a particular TSA agent at all.
That's convenient.
Yeah. So there's no complaint capability in place or anything like that. So I get on the plane, we're flying first class, and I'm bitching about this thing, right? And I get over there, they serve lunch with metal knives and metal forks. And I'm like, does no one else see what I have here? Yeah, it is what it is, right?
I love it.
Challenge coin.
I don't even know. I had mine on my desk, and then I moved. I put them somewhere this morning. I don't know where I put them.
Challenge coins.
Okay, Mr. Fancy Guy.
Mine's still here. I didn't lose mine to TSA.
That's a good thing.
So what do you want to talk about this week?
Well, I was super excited about it, and then you kind of shut me down on it because deer are different across the country. But
I didn't shut you down.
You kind of did, though.
No. I just explained a different view.
And it's fair. So let me scroll to the bottom and see who it was again so I don't get it wrong. It was in Pennsylvania.
Right.
So it was oh, damn it. Where did it go? So this study was launched in 2013 as a joint project between the Pennsylvania Game Commission, the Pennsylvania Bureau of Forestry, U.S. Geological Survey, and Penn State's Cooperative Fish and Wildlife Research Unit. It's going to run until 2026. They are studying.
It started 2013?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
The study was launched in 2013. So 10 years into it. It is a wildlife or a white-tailed deer behavior study. So they've tagged 1,100, just over 1,100 whitetails. Movements tracked around the clock. Pennsylvania deer hunters may be shocked to learn commonly held beliefs and hunting tactics don't hold water. So it's basically every little wives' tale that you've ever heard about deer hunting, and actual scientific GPS data proof that it nothing matters.
In Pennsylvania.
At least in Pennsylvania. I think it probably applies to a lot of other places as well. But as Mikey stated out, and it's fair, they only did this study in Pennsylvania, so it could be different.
Well, the only thing I pointed out was climates are different.
And that's fair, yeah.
So
I mean, just a few of the things real quick. Do moon phases affect deer movement? That's always one that I've always paid attention to. Oh, it's a full moon tonight? Deer are going to be
moving tonight.
They're going to be moving all night. They're not going to move tomorrow. I am not going to worry about getting out and hunting tomorrow. According to the study, absolutely no effect on their deer movement. How about wind? Another survey of hunters found that they are convinced strong wind would change a deer's movement, but tracking the deer showed they actually move more on windy days than calm days.
Wow.
Completely backwards to what I've grown up knowing about deer hunting. Calm days are always better in the woods.
Yeah.
Nope. Deer move more on windy days.
No, we're going to post this on the website, right?
Yeah, I'll put a link to it. Yeah, I can put it on the website. I'll put a link to it.
YouTube and all that
I'll put
stuff.
a link in the description of the video too.
All right, cool.
That'll probably be the easiest way to do it. Let's see, what else is it saying here? 90% of the deer that survive the hunting season will still be out there the following season. Movements of GPS collared deer found that 43% changed their movements because of hunting pressure, and in most cases, they altered their patterns the day before the season opener. They didn't shift their home range, but they moved around less. Also, they exhibited an uncanny ability to hide somewhere in their home range during hunting hours.
I believe that. I
So
wholeheartedly believe that.
they know when opening day is. They
Of
change
course.
their pattern the
Of course.
day before the season opener, and then they shift around in their home range. They don't leave. They're just going to lay in a creek bed and hide.
It'd be interesting to find out if their patterning of a deer like at bow season or rifle season. Which one is it, you know?
Yeah.
That'd be cool to find out.
What's the other one? The study found that bucks at peak of the rut were traveling up to 5 miles per day, but during rifle season, it was less than half of that because most of the does had already been bred and bucks don't have to expend so much energy looking for them. Ooh. So once you get back to rut, they're not moving that much. They're staying there. There's no reason for them to leave, I guess.
Yeah, that makes a point for the atypical behavior that you would normally see with a deer. Mm-hmm. Not just because they're chasing.
Study found the average lifespan of bucks is 1.1 to 2 years. Most bucks are killed, but though it may sometimes seem all have been taken by another hunter, many bucks do survive. One captured buck in the study survived almost another 9 hunting seasons.
Whoa. What?
The study found the average lifespan of a buck is 1 to 2 years.
I disagree with that.
Most bucks.
If the average buck was 1 to 2 years old,
I've heard stuff about that with turkey too. That
I would agree with the turkey.
Statistically, a Jake is an old mature turkey, based off of how many of the poults die and how many die before they even make it to that first year of being a Jake. Like a 2-year-old Jake is considered to be like averaged an old mature turkey.
No,
because so many of them die before that.
Maybe, but I think that the wording to that is probably more to look at. I would like to see more about that.
Yeah,
because I don't shoot 1 to 2 year old bucks.
No, I don't either.
And I know people do, but I would probably think the majority of those people are not the mass, right?
I don't know. I think you'd be sad to find out.
That's pretty terrible if that's what's happening.
Yeah. And then just the last one here. According to the Deer Forest study, most deer spent the early hours after dawn in their cozy beds, not moving greatly until about 10 a.m. What's more, the peak movement for bucks was between noon and 1 p.m. when many hunters are back at camp for lunch or a nap. The study found deer rested, and then in the afternoon, we're back on the move again from 4 p.m. to dusk.
When do they rest?
So most active between noon to 1, and then they're resting. It just said rested in the afternoon, and we're on the move again around 4 p.m. So I'd assume after.
So you'd say like
1 p.m.
12 or like 1 to 4.
Yeah, they're resting. Which, shoot, most of the time I'm out of my stand by like 10 a.m.
No, I'd stay till about 11. I'm not an all-day hunter.
I'm definitely not hunting at noon or 1 p.m.
Hell no. No.
I'm back at the house eating lunch and taking a nap.
Yeah, exactly.
Getting ready to go back out at 2:30, 3 o'clock.
Yeah.
But, yeah, according to this, bucks really aren't even moving until 10. And then they're moving from that like 10 to 1 p.m. range and then resting again until about 4. Pretty interesting, I think.
Oh, I think so too. I do like it. You know,
so yeah,
we'll interesting to
have that linked in the description of this video and go check it out.
Yeah,
read it for yourself.
Yeah, could be. I think it's very interesting to see how that plays into other climates, other parts of the country.
Yeah,
Because you look at, Pennsylvania's, overall deer season is what, 3 weeks, 2 weeks.
Something
It's
like that. Yeah.
a week of archery, 2 weeks of rifle, like 2 weeks of muzzle. They have a specific black powder. So, yeah, it'd be interesting to find out how that goes.
I saw a thing a couple of weeks ago too, talking about. I want to say it was like the last week in October. I forget what the exact date is. I want to say it's like October 22nd or something like that.
Right.
There is a single day that a majority of the Boone and Crockett bucks have been killed on.
No shit.
Yeah, it's like a ridiculously high percentage of the Boone and Crockett bucks have been killed on like one specific day.
Do not put that on this podcast. Don't do it. Not at all.
But it's weird. Like, it's weird to think about that. Like,
it is.
Why that day? I mean, it's a jump from like 15% to 45%. Like, it's a huge percentage. Yeah, I don't know. Deer are weird. They're a weird critter to go after.
They are. I don't know. They're intriguing though. They keep you there. They keep you coming back. So, it's just I don't know. It's a little different. Something that obviously we wouldn't do it if it was easy.
Right.
So, I don't know.
I say, yeah, this article was just released 6 days ago on June 10th.
Oh, that's cool.
So, relatively new. If you guys haven't seen it, go check it out.
Yeah. So, speaking of hunting, we got some kind of cool info as far as being able to hunt our duck and goose season with Wild Valley Outfitters out in Canada, right?
Yeah, we got dates.
We do.
Finally got dates. Yeah.
And you and I are going up there the same. We're actually going to carpool.
Yep, we'll carpool up there, and yeah, it's gonna be a
for
good time.
What, 12 days?
Yeah, something like that.
Something like 10 or 12, something like that.
I think we're going. Let me look real quick.
Now you're working.
June, July. Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm hunting, and then working, and then hunting again.
Yeah, and then hunting again. Yeah, so I think we're going to leave here, the 29th of September?
Sounds right.
Either leave Friday night or Saturday morning. Probably leave Friday night. And then as long as we're back before the 16th, we can leave whenever we want. But we'll probably roll out early the 14th, which is that Saturday. That gives us Saturday and Sunday to get home. Or we can leave Friday night and do the same thing again. But, yeah, figure 2 days travel each direction-ish.
Yeah. I never leave on Sundays.
Gives us about 2 full weeks to be up there and hunt and work, and hopefully there's some cranes in the area, and everything I've heard, that kind of first 2 weeks of October is a good time to be there, because there's still there's still some cranes hanging around. There's some snows starting to push in, some specks starting to push in.
You just mentioned two of the best eating birds on the planet.
Yep. I think that's about the time the greenheads should start pluming in. So we should be shooting greenheads then, not the brown ducks. Which part of me, one year I'm definitely going up the first part of September and shooting those fresh hatched brown ducks, because I know they're just dumb as hell. I mean, some of the stories I've heard of just, I mean, you can put out whatever you want as decoys, and they do it filthy.
Of course.
Yeah, I definitely want to go experience that one year. But we
I found some
ducks and a whole bunch of geese and cranes and all kinds of fun stuff.
So I was prepping for my trip to Canada.
Yep.
And I just happened to go check my passport, which happened to expire.
Oh no.
So I had to go renew my passport. I will tell you this much. The picture portion of it is way easier than it ever used to be. You used to have to go to like this one skeevy little place that took passport photos, and you paid this ridiculous price, and came out and you felt like you should probably take like 4 showers. It was just horrible. So now I use this app called iVisa,
Okay.
and it was super cool.
Mhm.
Like you take your picture, you can, clear the background out. So if it's like, if you don't have a white background, you can fix all of that. And it was cool, right? What I found out was if you go to the State Department's website, right now they say a routine passport is 10 to 13 weeks.
Yep.
An expedited is 7 to 9. And an expedited at agency, which is 14 calendar days, you have to go in, right? So it's 14 days, you have to go in, walk it through. Well, when I filled out my paperwork for a renewal, it was 12 to 14 weeks for an expedited.
Whoa.
Yeah. And it cost me $220.
Whoa.
Yeah. So for those of you all who are going to Canada, check your passport first and foremost. Make sure that hasn't expired like over COVID because you weren't traveling anywhere. And then you probably need to get on the expedited process to get your passport done.
Yeah.
And pay the $220. So, and Canada is one of the few places you don't actually need a passport. You can still use the card.
Right.
So Canada and Mexico. So, you want to do it that way, great, go do it. But it's still kind of one of those not ideal situations. But I got both just because.
Yeah. I say mine's been there for about 2 months. Actually, 2 months tomorrow was when they received it, and I still don't have it back yet.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Not as bad as the suppressors, though.
God. Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Mine, according to what ATF said, they're looking at it. I filled my paperwork out in September of last year. And they should be reviewing it next month.
Oh my God.
It doesn't mean it's accepted, and it doesn't say how long, but they're reviewing it next month. If they get around to it. Yeah. Not fun.
And then you still got to pay for that. And then you got to pay for the suppressor.
Yeah.
And then you can.
Both of them.
Oh my God. No.
Yeah. Both suppressors that I got.
What are you putting them on?
22 and a 30 cal. So, I mean, I don't know if you've ever shot a suppressed 22.
I have shot a suppressed 22, and
I love them.
It's really fun. I'll give you that. Suppressed 22 is fun.
It sounds like somebody sneezed.
Dude, it's not even that loud. It's like a quiet clap from somebody 150 yards behind you.
Yeah. And if you get subsonic ammunition, all you hear is the firing pin hit. That's it. So there's that. And I bought the 30 because I shoot a lot of 30-06. I have a 300 Weatherby. I actually have two 30-06s, 300 Weatherby and a 300, obviously 300 Blackout. But my 30-06, it's a Ruger guide gun 30-06, and it's the loudest gun I've ever shot in my life. And I hesitate to ever pull the trigger on that gun simply because my ears will ring and I won't hear anything for like the next 3 days. That's how loud it is. It's insanely loud.
That's ridiculous.
So I want to see what it'll do on that guy. Yeah. And that Weatherby, well, you shot that Weatherby. Yeah. You were the first one to shoot that Weatherby.
I think slick.
Yeah, it's a big bullet.
Sweet rifle.
Yeah.
I surprised the hell out of me for as big as that round was.
Yeah.
It doesn't kick at all.
Yeah. But that's what you get with a Mark V, right? So,
yeah.
Good gun. It's I don't know. I just think I don't really care about the true suppression because I mean, the bullet crack at the end is going to be pretty dang loud.
Oh yeah.
But because I'm never going to build subsonic ammunition for a 300 Weatherby. It's just not going to happen. I might try it for an 06 just to see. But, you're looking at anything within 200 yards might be shot at, right? So, I don't know.
I say we'll have to. You can slap it on my 308.
Yeah.
Throw some subsonic 308s through it. See how loud.
Yeah.
I bet that would be pretty quiet.
Oh, yeah.
Subsonic 308 because I got a Remington 700.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And yeah, that thing would be sweet.
Yeah, and the blackouts are just insane when you
put the subsonic blackouts.
Yeah,
those are sweet.
And it's a lot of velocity going with those bullets too, which is insane. So
yeah, well, that's why I bought that Remington 700. Was I eventually would like to get a SBR stamp and get the 12-inch 8.6 blackout.
Good luck with that. I'll see you in like 18 months.
Right. Yeah. See you in 2 years. We were joking about it at work the other day that Maryland's a purple state, that you can do whatever you want as long as you pay somebody for it.
Of course.
You can buy one of the contractors we work with has a whatever the class is, class 3 or something stamp, so we can buy machine guns. Yeah. And he was like, yeah, dude, I just bought this full auto AK. We're like, what? Why? And he's like, because I fucking can.
Right.
We're like, oh, that's fair. How much was that? And he's like, oh, it was like $18,000. And we're like,
yep.
Holy shit.
Not to mention what he's going to spend in ammo.
Right. And we're like, why did you do that? And he goes, do you have a full auto AK?
Yeah.
No, Mike, I don't. And he's like, yeah, that's what I fucking thought. And he turned and walked back to his desk. And we're like, all right, you know what? Fair enough. That's cool.
Yeah. I will tell you, if you've never shot full auto or 3-round burst, I really think everybody should give that a shot at least once in their life. Go somewhere and rent them.
Yeah.
It's cool.
I might be able. I have a. We'll talk about it after the podcast.
Yeah, it's a good choice.
Yeah, I might have a chance to do that soon.
Probably sooner than what you think. So, I don't know. Anyway,
fair enough.
So back to the topic at hand. If you go to the travel.state.gov, they sit there and they tell you your processing times.
Yep.
Well, if you look under the processing times, that's from March 2024 or March 24th, 2023. Sorry. It has increasingly, expanded to, like I said, mine was 12 to 14 weeks expedited. So, pay attention to your passport or your passport cards. Hopefully you don't have to go through this, but my recommendations are, obviously, if you're going to Saskatchewan in October, you probably need to expedite it.
Get on it.
And use iVisa to get your pictures done. Super fast, super easy. It's a little expensive, but the convenience is worth it to me. So
I just ran when I did mine back in April. I just ran into the post office.
Yeah, I could have done that, but
enough. I think it was like $15 to do the picture, and they print it out and cut it and staple it to your package, and they
that's cool.
Go through your package with you, make sure everything's filled out correctly, and they ship it with the picture and all that stuff for you.
Nice,
super easy.
Yeah, so I got my package literally sitting right next to me, waiting on the picture to come in. So, hello. So,
yeah, definitely get on your passport if you don't have it already.
Yeah, Mikey was a little slow there. That's all right, though.
This is why we can have nice things, Mikey.
You're right. Who's getting a new desk?
I don't know. Probably not.
Who's getting some new hats?
I don't know. Probably not me.
Speaking of hats, we're going to have some hats and some lures for sale at Virginia Outdoors. Right?
Hopefully. That's the idea anyway. We're going to try to have we'll try to have baits, some hats, hopefully some T-shirts too.
Yep.
Yeah,
And we're going to do some live podcasts.
We're going to do some live podcasts. Mikey said he's bringing good bourbon, so
I am.
come out and
We
see us
cannot
at the
host.
show. If anything else, just come drink Mikey's bourbon and sit and bullshit with us for a few minutes.
And the first one of y'all that asked to mix it with Coke, I will send you to Travis's booth. I legitimately will. I will send you to Travis's booth, or else I'll hand you an Old Milwaukee. Your choice. Go to Travis's booth or drink this Old Milwaukee because you're not staying here.
Travis just sent me a text and said, "You better get your expo packet filled out, LOL, Mr. Podcast Manager."
There you go. But who had to fill out the podcast manager, or who had to fill out the package?
Oh, really? Who had to call and get it set up, Mikey?
That's you.
You're welcome.
I appreciate you. And our booth number is 128.
128. Yeah.
We're gonna be. We're not gonna be like right next to Travis, like what we thought. But we're gonna kind of be catty cornered to him.
Yeah, we're like catty cornered across the aisle.
Yeah, across a little walkway. So
we'll be close enough to shoot him with Nerf guns or something like that. I don't know.
I'm thinking so.
We'll be close enough to yell at him.
I bet you we could throw some hatchets at him.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, I think so. I do. I think that's a good plan. We're gonna get in
trouble with this show. It's gonna be a good time.
Oh yeah, we can't get kicked out of the show. Hey, I don't know if you can see it or not, but can you see my box over here?
No, I can't.
All right.
Oh God.
Just figured I'd rub that in a little bit.
What'd you get?
That's my Mr. Turkey vest.
Oh.
The box for it anyway. Anyway.
Is that your numbered one or your non-numbered?
None.
Tisk tisk, Mikey.
That's my working man's vest. I'm thinking about giving it away on the podcast.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, I think so. I think it'd be really cool. And
yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be fun.
Yeah, we'll have to find a good reason to give it away, but that's kind of important.
Yeah.
Anyway,
do a raffle ticket at the show or something like that, maybe.
That'd be cool. Hey, buy a raffle ticket, raffle ticket, and whatever we get off of it, half of it goes to Wounded Warriors or something. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
We'll figure it out. But I have something I wanted to talk about.
Oh God.
Coolers.
Them coolers.
Them coolers.
What do you want to say about coolers? Mikey's all fired up about these coolers today.
I am. So I've got some info in front of me. And so I've been on this kick about, and I wrote a blog post about it and all this stuff, but US made coolers or US made equipment for outdoors, right?
Yeah, I say you've been on a big kick with the US made outdoors equipment for a couple months now, really.
Yeah. And my issue stems from I bought some hooks that were knockoff Mustad hooks, and I lost a fish, probably one of my PBs, and the hook was bent, and it turns out it was complete fake, and I'm just angry. I mean, they haven't got me to the point of like VRBO. They're just horrible people at VRBO.
Yep.
And if you work for them, I'm sorry. You should probably find a new line of work. But,
zero remorse tonight.
The knockoff thing,
guys.
Oh, I am. The knockoff thing just pissed me off.
Yeah.
And Mustads are great hooks. I stand by them. I am all in on Mustads, and it's a brand favorite or whatever you're going to look at. Great. But as we were kind of starting to look at like soft baits and doing the soft bait thing, and we were kind of looking at some other stuff where maybe making some custom rods and lures and stuff like that, it kind of got me thinking, how many of these things are made in the US, right? And there's a lot of funny wording that goes along with lures, and that led into a whole rabbit hole for me. And the other thing, kind of why I got into coolers, was everybody in the world talks about how awesome Yeti coolers are. And I would tend to agree 5-6 years ago. Rotomold cooler is probably one of the best things that has hit the market from a cooler perspective, hands down.
Right.
And Yeti really kind of drove that, right?
Yep.
And they have they came at a very premium price,
Yes.
right?
Still do.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So the technology in a roto mold cooler has not changed, and there's so many manufacturers out there that I don't know why Yeti's coolers continue to go up in price. But what I found out was Yetis are not necessarily all made in the USA, which kind of pissed me off, right? Because that's a big thing is, oh, we're made in the USA. All right, cool. But so I kind of started looking at other coolers, and I'll be quite honest with you. I'm an Igloo fan. Mm-hmm. You show me somebody who didn't have that little red and white cooler Playmate at some point in their life, and you know, I'll tell you that's an outdoorsman right there. You know, I think, you know, and they're made in Texas, always been made in Texas, and they're, you know, they've got roto mode coolers, they've got, you know, standard coolers, they got a whole laundry list of coolers.
Right.
Now I'm not advocating for Igloo, but I've got a cooler that I take with me fishing, like when we went bow fishing. Yeah. That's an Igloo cooler. It's had ice in it since we went fishing last week.
Jesus.
All right. So you do the math in that, right? And I paid half the price of what a Yeti was.
Right.
Now, yeah, again, Igloo offers that. I've had, you know, why do I think this is kind of important though is like when I hunt in Kansas, I've got to figure out how to get a damn cooler of meat from Kansas to Virginia without spoiling. Yep. Which means either number one, I have to have a cooler rated for dry ice, or number two, I have a cooler that will be rated for a minimum of 7 days, even though it only takes me, you know, 20 hours to get here.
Right.
A 7-day cooler with the sitting in the back of a truck. And for what people don't understand, the back of your truck still gets warm, even when it's cold out. Yep. Will melt ice, and you will have problem after problem after problem. So I found a 7-day cooler tends to work. Well, I can tell you, Yeti, the new Yetis don't work. Huh. I've had spoiled deer meat. How pissed do you think I was for a cooler that's, you know, hey, this is 7, 9, 10-day cooler of ice? That's complete BS.
Yeah. Nope. Yeah, I bet that made you real happy, Mikey.
Yeah. And it just brought up a lot of hurt. A lot of hurt.
Just really hurt my feelings, all right?
Oh, you have no idea. No idea.
You made me upset.
It did. So, you know, again, it's not on the level of like VRBO, but I'm pissed.
I mean, yeah, that's fair.
And so I started looking at some of these other coolers, and you know, I like Grizzly. I don't necessarily think they're the cat's meow, but I do like their coolers. They last. But I'm trying to, you know, I'm looking at this one called Taiga, and I like the name. I really do. I really like the name. So I'd be interested. I'm going to put a blog. I'm going to post something up on the blog. I would love to hear other people's opinions on coolers, what you like, what you don't like, what you look for in a cooler. And I'd really like to kind of take your info, you know, whoever, you know, that decides to put info back. Doesn't have to be a lot, just, you know, quick, hey, you know, I like Orca because their name, you know, whatever. Right. But if you can give me some info, I'll integrate it into my blog post, and why, you know, kind of, you know, put that info out on coolers. So we did one already with fishing equipment, fishing tackle made in the US, fishing poles made in the US, stuff like that. So there's that. So
right on.
That's my 2 cents.
Well, that's pretty good.
I'm angry. I'm angry, Mike, today.
Oh God.
Well,
that puts us right about at our window.
I thought so.
Pretty damn close.
I was working on it.
Off by about 20 seconds.
Yeah, ain't too bad.
Just kept rambling. You had 20 seconds to go.
You shut me down.
Oh, okay. Dude, do you see my camera flipping its color back and forth?
I have.
That's really annoying.
What'd you do?
I'm not doing anything. I'm sitting at
Must
my
be a
desk.
lighting issue.
No, I think there's plenty of light. I think this camera's just being dumb.
I don't know.
Is it gonna stay? Maybe. I don't know.
Probably a setting you need to figure out. What's your camera?
Great. It's a Logitech. Webcam.
Which one? A Brio?
I think so. It's the same one
Yeah.
you have. It's the one that you have 2 of. I don't remember which one it is.
I got a bunch of cameras.
I don't know. I was gonna plug a. I think I could run the GoPro.
You can.
I'm like 90% sure I could get that to work.
Yeah. You can also use that.
I don't know if I need to be in like that high of definition though.
Well, we got that Sony or Panasonic or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Those 2 cameras, and you just hook up a EOS connection to it. It works pretty good too.
Yeah. We'll figure something out.
We will.
It'll be all right.
Somebody's got to use that damn expensive camera. And we got to figure out the audio to it.
Yeah, that was depressing when we got back and that didn't work at all.
Yeah, depressing there.
Probably something we
depressing
should have
it.
checked before we took it to the show. But,
Yeah.
you know.
And the NWTF stuff didn't turn out real great because you didn't do anything with it.
You never sent it to me.
I did. It's on our share drive.
Okay.
To include the Sika interview. Anyway.
Anywho.
It's Friday. I need to go drink some more. By the way, what were you drinking tonight? Forgot to ask you.
Good
Like a Coors.
Good old Miller Lite.
Oh, all right. There you
I
go.
found the American flag cans, so
I like those.
I'm here for it.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I was drinking Angels.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I got to be in a specific mood for that one.
I don't.
I don't know. I'm not a huge. Well, I got.
No, I gotta be in the mood for whiskey, but
I got some for you then.
yeah. I got Knob Creek 12-year waiting for you. So, and that's the other thing too. Before we leave, is if somebody has a particular bourbon that they want, we'll start taking requests now for the outdoor show.
Yeah.
If you say Jack Daniels,
I'll make
do
sure
not
to
come
send
by
my
my
list
booth.
over to you here in a minute, Mikey. All right.
go to Travis. Travis can have Jack Daniels. I will furnish him with Jack Daniels.
Travis is a big whiskey and Coke guy.
Yeah, I know.
He was asking me about the what bottle did I leave up there? The High West, I think.
Yeah, High West and the
He's like, "How do I drink this? Do I mix it with Coke?" And I was like, "No. Don't do that."
High West and Yellowstone.
Yeah. He was like, "Oh, I don't know. I drank the Yellowstone what did he say? I drank the yellow one, and it was pretty good. And then now I'm drinking this other one." And I was like, "Oh God, all right."
I'm telling you, my goal is to get Lindsay hooked on high-end bourbon. That's my sole goal, is to just turn her into a complete and utter bourbon snob.
Hell yeah, I'm here for
So,
it.
yeah. All right, man.
All right, brother.
We got a weekend to go deal with. I'm helping you move tomorrow, so I got to
it's
go
gonna be
get some sleep.
Yeah, it's gonna be a fun weekend.
And moving those damn pillows are going to be tough.
Yeah, I saved
Got to
all of
hook up
them.
a trailer.
I saved all of them just for you. We got like 6 of those for you to move tomorrow.
All right, cool. All right. That sounds like a lot of work.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? It's only 6 pillows, but it's still
Hey, it's 6 damn
a
pillows.
couple trips up and down the stairs.
Absolutely.
So good luck.
Yeah, it's going to be an early morning, too. We got friends coming in, so
Yep.
we're going to do breakfast with them and then head up your way. So
Right on.
be cool. All right, man. That's all I got. Y'all go take somebody out, take a kid fishing, and can't do some hunting right now, but you can definitely do some fishing. They'll enjoy it. You'll enjoy it. And I promise you won't get a better feeling out of it teaching somebody some little bit of tips and tricks. So go take a kid fishing.
Awesome. We'll see y'all next week.
Bye, everybody.
You've been listening to The Hunting Quest. No matter how crazy, high-tech, or lazy the rest of the country gets, we will always be hunting and fishing. If that's you, you've found your new family. Thanks for listening to the show. Make sure to like, rate, and review. And we'll be back soon. Reach out to us by email at info@thehuntingquest.com. And check us out on Instagram and YouTube at The Hunting Quest. See you next time.